Hi, friends. Dorie here with Cultivate Consciousness Wellness Boutique, and I am coming to you with a little bit of information about Ayurveda. As some of you know, I recently finished my master's degree in Maharishi Ayurveda and Integrative Medicine, and sometimes I share this with people, and the first question I almost always get is, What? What is Ayurveda? So, I am here to share a little bit with you about what Ayurveda is. So, Ayurveda comes from the country of India, and it is around a 5,000-year-old tradition of wellness, of medicine that has been practiced there and is now practiced globally to a point. So, Ayurveda translates to meaning the science of life. So, Ayus translates to life, vitality, or the span of life, and Veda translates to sacred knowledge or science. So, together, Ayurveda means the science of life. So, Faith is here with us, and she's going to ask me a few questions about Ayurveda, which I will then attempt to answer for you. So, I'm going to turn the camera toward Faith for a moment.
So, how long has Ayurvedic been being practiced?
So, as I said earlier, Ayurveda has been around for about 5,000 years, the history says, and it has been being practiced that long. So, originally, it was a science or a practice that was handed down through oral tradition. And then, about 1,000 years BCE ish or so, it started to be documented.
And how long have you been practicing Ayurveda?
I got my certification in Ayurveda about 10 years ago, and then about 3 years ago, I went back to school to earn my master's degree in the science.
And what are some of your favorite things about Ayurveda?
Ayurveda is a beautiful tradition because it allows a person to naturally balance the body. So instead of looking at diseases and disease states and diagnoses from that perspective, what we look at is the body's natural makeup or constitution. Those are called doshas, so kind of the doshas that we were born with, and we look at them from an elemental perspective to determine where the imbalances are. And then we use lifestyle modifications, nutrition, herbs, and wellness practices like meditation and yoga to gently bring the body back into balance.
So, what is the best advice you could give to somebody who's contemplating stepping into the Ayurvedic field?
As a professional or as a practicer of Ayurveda?
Maybe both.
As a professional, I would say be open to understanding that at both, I would say as a professional and as a practitioner, both really. Be open to understanding that imbalances happen when our inner intelligence becomes unaligned with our body and our mind, and that absolutely everything is connected. So, the best practice of Ayurveda is to learn how to reestablish or bring that inner intelligence back to the forefront.
So, where did the traditions of Ayurvedic medicine and holistic medicine in the Ayurvedic column come from? Like, what tradition is it tied to? What, like, culture?
So as I said earlier, the practice comes from India, from the country of India. So it was actually, its original origins were passed down as part of the Vedas, and that happened. It's called the 8 branches. So it happened through the 8 branches. So those branches include internal medicine, surgery, pediatric, psychiatry. There are 8 total branches, but there are 3 books that were then established after those oral traditions kind of ended that helped bring this forward as a science to train practitioners and doctors in the practice of Ayurveda.
So, what has been your biggest takeaway learning Ayurveda? And is there anything that you wish you would have had more time to focus on?
That was a great question. So my takeaway in learning Ayurveda is that everything is a journey and a process, and literally everything is connected. Our thoughts are connected to our desires, are connected to our body, are connected to our emotions. So everything is connected. So if my big toe is hurting, it's not necessarily figuring out and putting a Band-Aid on the big toe. It's figuring out where that imbalance is coming from and how to gently bring it back into balance. And that is often baby steps for people.